What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. So shout out to the brother Jesse Gladsaget for putting this out there. Okay. I saw him write about this on X, so I did a little bit more research. Man, Adam Silver and the NBA hierarchy, they're ruining this league, man. They're ruining this league. I can't believe it, man. Just when you thought that the league couldn't get any weaker, it's gotten weaker. So now, starting next year, NBA players will not have to play in back-to-back, quote-unquote, marquee games, which is games against the best teams in the NBA. They won't have to do that. They can sit out. They can sit out. Okay? They also are trying their best, I think, not to schedule back-to-back marquee games. So the players, I guess, feel like those situations are too stressful for them. You know, they apparently want to beat up on mediocre teams. You know what I'm saying? So they don't want the stress of having to play against, God forbid it, 2 games against top tier, high echelon talent, 2 good days in a row. Mind you, that's too much. That's too much. So the NBA is acquiescing and giving them a further break. Also, the preseason, maybe it's changed before that, but I've always remembered the preseason in recent memory being 7 games. Well, it's been shortened to 4. So they're going to get less. They're going to play fewer preseason games. So they're going to start the season as far as active basketball play later. So that's more rest for them. Also, they're spacing the season out even more than ever before. Okay? And I particularly want to focus on the Lakers here. Remember last year, the Lakers had 12 back-to-backs. 12, which was the lowest amount in the NBA last year. Well, now, this year, they're going to have 10 back-to-backs. But to put this into perspective, the 1972 Lakers had 34 back-to-backs. The 1969 Celtics had 39 back-to-backs. And the 1962 Warriors had, I think, something like 47 back-to-backs. Because their season was condensed between basically, I want to say, late November and March. So they played a lot of games. Matter of fact, some of them years they played 4 games in a row. As far as days, they played 4 days in a row. Frequently 3 days in a row. Many times back-to-backs. So these guys are crying. They're probably the most well-conditioned, greatest athletes ever. But they can't do what these guys did in Chuck Taylor's 50, 60 years ago, apparently. And by the way, I looked even deeper into the Lakers' schedule because I really think this is to help preserve LeBron Ramon James. He's going to be in his 22nd season next year. He's going to turn 40 years old, I think, December 30th. This is to preserve LeBron. The 10 back-to-backs they have, I think 7 of those back-to-backs are against bad teams, like the Spurs, the Jazz, Portland. A lot of them where I remember littering the schedule, just easy teams. Well, relatively easy teams, you know what I'm saying? Teams that with the addition of the whistle they're going to get every year, because we know they lead the NBA for some reason in free throw attempts every freaking year. In addition to that, 7 of those 10 back-to-backs are going to be easy teams. Now, I did see that they're going to have a back-to-back where they're playing Denver, I think it is, and I think it's the Clippers. No, one time it's the Bucks and Denver, the last 2 back-to-backs. I'll get to that in a moment. One of those back-to-backs is against the Clippers, but it's later in the season. And as we all know, Paul George is gone. Russell Westbrook is gone. So that team's probably not going to be as good this year. And plus, we know Kawhi is always good for doing his own, you know what I'm saying? He's always good, especially when you get into March and April. He's always good to do his own resting. You know what I'm saying? He's good to do, you know what I'm saying, his own, what do you call it? I forgot the damn term we always use for them when they do that stuff, man. You know, not playing, but I forgot the term we always use for him for some reason. I'm a brain fart with that. But you know what he does. They all do this, but especially certain people. But only certain people get called out for it. And look, at the end of the day, I don't expect LeBron James to come out here and play 82 games. I don't. But to specifically design the season, load management. But at the end of the day, to construct the season so that this guy will have it specially contoured so that he gets all this rest. I mean, come on, man. Come on. And then I saw, I think one of their last back-to-backs is against the Bucks and Denver. But like I said, I think they got a rule where you can sit out one of those games. So one of them games, LeBron going to sit out. And then I think the last back-to-back is against, I think one of the teams is the Thunder, who are not a bad team. But I haven't seen some of the off-season moves they made, but they were always kind of small up front. So that's a team he could shine against offensively. But, you know, the point I'm trying to make is this. It's not just about LeBron. I just can't put these guys on the same level as players of the past. I just can't. 20 years ago, superstars averaged 77 games a season. Okay? In 2000, 77 games a season. So, you know, guys like Kobe Bryant, guys like Allen Iverson, guys like, Dikembe Mutombo, guys like Jordan was retired by then, but, you know, he's in the equation. Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird when he was healthy. And I'm talking about guys when they're healthy, not when they're injured, healthy. They played, man. Now, I understand down the stretch of the season, maybe they take some games off, you know, to get rested for playoffs. That's understandable. But come on, man. People pay good money to watch these guys perform, man. People pay good money to watch these guys perform. And you're sitting out because it's too stressful to play against a marquee team? Man. No, bro. That's why I can't put them. I cannot put these guys on the same level as these players of the past. Anyway, to continue my point, in 2000, superstars averaged 77 games a season. And by 2010, that number had declined to 72. And before they made the rule changes to get these guys to play, it dropped to 65. So they got these rules to get these guys to play, or else they're not going to get certain incentives. You know what I'm saying? Certain awards. We know these guys love participation trophy trinkets. But now it's to a point where, you know, I guess they pushing back and they complaining. Once again, these guys complaining. They got it so bad. They got it so bad, apparently, these guys. You know. Adam Silver's they're ruining the NBA, man. They're ruining it. That's what. No, I refuse to put these guys on the same level. I won't do it, man. I won't do it. I can't do it. I know you might say, "Who am I?" Yeah, who am I? I'm nobody. But collectively, we have a voice, and most of us refuse to put these guys on the same level as the other players of the past. I'm sorry. I don't care if since these guys will be the best athletes. Why is it that you keep telling me that they're so much superior, and all the other guys was plumbers and taxi cab drivers and all that? But why were they able to play 82 games a year and Chuck Taylors? Huh? Why were they able to have to deal with the covert and overt racism of the past? Why were they able to have to deal with commercial flights and cramping their big ass 6 foot 10 inch frame and seats they can't fit in? Sleeping in the beds that they gotta fucking, crouch under the goddamn door frame to get into the room and go into the fetal position to get comfortable, semi-comfortable to sleep at night. But they was able to go out there and drop 30 and 15. But these guys got to be pampered to so fucking much, man. It's unbelievable. Man, tell me what you guys think.